Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva, Panchatattva, Panchatattva. Jaya Pralani Singa, Pralani Singa, Pralani Singa, Jaya Pralani Singa, Jaya Pralani. Pralani Singa, Pralani Singa. Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada, Jai. Oh, Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya, 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 Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, 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 oh, Jai Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev, Gurudeva, Jai Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, hey Gurudev, Gurudev. Go Haribo, 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 go Haribo, Ninjago, Haribo, 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 Gura Pramanande, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Sri Radha Govinda ki, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra ki, Sri Gauranitai ki, Nisingare Bhagavan ki, ISKCON Guru Vrinda ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaura Pramanande. All glory to the Assembly bodies. Namo Krishna Father. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 5, text number 25. Labante Brahma Nirvanam Risaya Ksina Kalmasaha China Dvaidva Dvaida Yatat Manaha Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha Labante Brahma Nirvanam Risaya Ksina Kalmasaha China Dvaida Yatat Manaha Sarva Bhuta Hite Rata Lavante Brahma Nirvanam Risaya Ksina Kalmasaha China Dvaida Yatat Manaha Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha. Chants. Labante Brahma Nirvana. China Dveva Yatatmana Sarva Bhuta Hiterata Labante Brahma Nirvana Risaya Shinakalmasa China Dveva Yatatmana Sarva Bhuta Hiterata Labante Brahma Nirvana Risaya Kalmasa Shena Dveda Yatatmana Sarva Bhuta Hiterata Labante Brahma Nirvana Risaya Kalmasa Shena Dveda Yatatmana Yata Bhuta Hiterata. Shena Dveda Yatatmana Bhuta Hiterata Labante Brahma Nirvana Modest. Labante Brahma Nirvana Risaya Kalmasa Chida Dveda Yatatmana Buddha Hidayata. Word for a translation. Labante achieve Brahma Nirvana, liberation in the Supreme. Risaya, those who are active within. Shina Kalmasa, who are devoid of all sins. China, having turned off. Dvaidaha, duality. Yata Atmanaha, engaged in self-realization. Sarva Bhuta, for all living entities. Hite, in welfare work. Rataha, engaged. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace like A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki. Those who are beyond the dualities that arise from doubts, whose minds are engaged within, who are always busy working for the welfare of all living entities, and who are free from all sins, achieve liberation in the Supreme. Please repeat responsively. Those who are beyond the dualities that arise from doubts, whose minds are engaged within, who are always busy working for the welfare of all living beings, and who are free from all sins, achieve liberation in the Supreme. Purported by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Only a person who is fully in Krishna consciousness can be said to be engaged in welfare work for all living entities. When a person is actually in the knowledge that Krishna is the fountainhead of everything, then when he acts in that spirit, he acts for everyone. The sufferings of humanity are due to forgetfulness of Krishna as the supreme enjoyer, the supreme proprietor, and the supreme friend. Therefore, to act to revive this consciousness within the entire human society is the highest welfare work. One cannot be engaged in such first-class welfare work without being liberated in the Supreme. A Krishna-conscious person has no doubt about the supremacy of Krishna. He has no doubt because he is completely free from all sins. This is the state of divine love. A person engaged only in ministering to the physical welfare of human society cannot factually help anyone. Temporary relief of the external body and the mind is not satisfactory. The real cause for one's difficulties in the hard struggle for life may be found in one's forgetfulness of his relationship with the Supreme Lord. When a man is fully conscious of his relationship with Krishna, he is actually a liberated soul, although it may be in the material tabernacle. Om Agena Tibrandasya Gyana Gena Salakaya Chaksu Militayana Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Caitanya Manovistam Stapitayana Bhutale Swayam Rupa Mada Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Banchaka Patarvya Chakri Pasandivya Sivacha Patitanam Bhavanambhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Labante Brahma Nirvanam Risaya Kshina Kalmasaha Shina Dvaya Tatmana Sarvabhuta Hiterata. Those who are beyond the dualities that arise from Taos, whose minds are engaged within, who are always busy working for the welfare of all living beings, and who are free from all sins, achieve liberation in the Supreme. So, first of all, we welcome all of you to today's Bhagavad Gita class. This is the first Sunday of the year, so it is very important, critical that you are here. That means among all the living entities in this world, especially in Accra, you are the most fortunate. Yes, because at the beginning of the year, you are able to take right decision, you made right decision, and you're able to take right steps. So this kind of time, you sacrifice everything. You try to be in the presence of Krishna to begin the year. So this is a wise man's decision. So you are all wise men. Very wise and intelligent people. That's what you are. Otherwise, you will not come here this time. Because many of your mates are somewhere doing all kinds of activities, but you are here. You know that everything begins from God. Everything is maintained by God, and everything is sustained by God. and everything is ultimately destroyed by God. That aspect, we don't like it. How can God be a destroyer? But everything is destroyed by him because time is God's energy. Time destroys everything, including your body. So everything comes from him, everything goes back to him. So that is the type of God we are dealing with. It's called Krishna. So there are certain critical points mentioned here. Yes. For the purification of our intelligence, let us analyze some of these points. You see, because if the intelligence is purified, it will be easy to purify the mind. Because intelligence means rational faculty, the faculty for discrimination. If it is purified, you'll be able to see things clearly, you will make right decisions. Then your mind will be engaged accordingly, then your senses will be engaged accordingly. Then before you realize from within to without, you are controlling the lower self with the higher self. With intelligence, you control the mind. With the mind, you control the senses. You see? So it's a formula. And those who follow this formula, they realize three things. They realize that God is the proprietor of everything, is the supreme friend of everything, and is the Lord of all the lords. So with that realization, they try to live a God-centered life. So when you put God in the center of your life, you are acting, if this thing will please God, you do it. If this thing will not please God, you are not ready to do it. If you are acting like that, you see, automatically you are getting situated in happiness. Because all sufferings are caused by not realizing these factors. Not knowing that God is the supreme controller, not knowing that He is the supreme friend, that is the beneficiary of all activities, the Lord of all sacrifices. We don't know this. So when you act in ignorance of this, you attract suffering. And it is contained in the purport here. Yes, the second paragraph of the purport. It says, the real cause of one's difficulties in the hard struggle for life. Hard struggle for life. Everybody competing every day, all the things we do from morning to evening. Everything people go out to do from morning to evening. Things that make people to take transport to Accra in the morning and come back in the evening. Those things that make people to leave their home, leave their food, leave their wife and children, to go into the street, enter transport, sometimes having accidents, and coming back in the evening. Those things that make people to leave their homes in the morning and coming back in the evening, those things, they are the hard struggle for existence. They are the contents of the hard struggle for existence. You leave your house, going to look for money, going to look for business, going to look for everything that can keep you comfortable here. It's a hard struggle, competitive, hard struggle for existence. Because everybody is competing. This one's having this job. This one says, my job is not good enough. That other man's job is better than mine. So he's looking for a better job. Everybody is going somewhere to improve his situation, his material situation. These are the activities that constitute the hard struggle for existence. They are the activities that constitute over-endeavoring. Things will go all out to grab in that competitive spirit. And these are the activities we do. So you see the purpose. It says, the real cause of one's difficulties in the hard struggle for life may be found in one's forgetfulness of his relationship with the Supreme Lord. When a man is fully conscious of his relationship with Krishna, he is actually a liberated soul, although it may be in the material tabernacle. You get it? Hard struggle for existence due to forgetfulness of our relationship with God. Forgetfulness. And reestablishing that relationship with God is the source of happiness, the source of all happiness. When you convert the negative into positive, you see the opposite result also. So forgetfulness, this forgetfulness, let us analyze it a little bit. Forgetfulness of our relationship with God is like the hand being apart from the body. The hand being apart from the body, when it's separated from the body, the hand has now forgotten its relationship with the body. So what happens? For a hand that is cut off from the main body, what happens? Suffering, dwindling, drying up, smelling, and dying. That is what happens to a cut off hand. Huh? Even if it's not a hand, let's say a leg. If you cut off the leg, what happens is suffering until death. And rotting. That is what happens. So similarly, a life which is apart from pleasing God is like a cut off hand. You will just struggle and struggle and struggle. You want to enjoy the senses. You don't mind God. God is trying to control everything. Say, don't do this, don't do that. Put him aside. Let me struggle. Then you struggle. I want to get this. If you put this and this together, this will be the result. If you put this and this together, if I'm able to do this expertly. In the end, we get enough money, and anything money can buy, I can buy it. So if I can buy anything money can buy, I can buy a big car. I can even buy a house. I can buy enough land. I can buy anything that money can buy. The best phone, the best computer. Then I'm a happy man. But ask those people who have gotten all those things, are they really happy? They have the biggest padlocks. They have all the biggest security systems in the setting. All the highest, most expensive security doors. They have it. They patronize those businessmen that sell security doors. They have the most so-called secure door, but don't they die? They die. When death wants to reach them, it passes through the security door, the most solid security door, and grab the neck of the man sleeping on the most secured room, in the most secured bed. Hold his neck, and it just says, so person has died. If money can buy death, then none of the ex-presidents will even die. But they've gotten enough money. None of the ex-presidents will die. But all the popular people, they are in the past. Only their names remain. What happened? Death passed through all their security systems, including the bank security, including the house security, including the business security, all the false shelters they have, including family security, everything. Death passes through them, meander like this, grab their neck, and refuse to release. Death, are you joking? You want to kill me? You want to kill me? You are already dead. Before you realize, before family members arrive, the man is gone. So these things are happening to let us know that a cut off hand can never be happy. An existence separate from pleasing God can never give you happiness. As much as when the hand is connected to the body, it will be happy. That much you will be happy when you are connected to pleasing God. When you put God in the center of. Because God is the owner of everything actually. So why should you try to live without him, try to ignore him and enjoy what he has created? You attract suffering for yourself. So this is the formula. The formula is that we should remember God, put him in the center of all our activities, then try to work for his pleasure, try to make him happy, try to make God smile at us. We should be concerned with that. Deep within our thoughts, we should have that we want to make God happy. We want to make our Father happy. A son that wants to make his father happy, he attracts the father's attention because in trying to do something that will make the father happy, he will be doing nice things. Before the father realizes he has washed his clothes, before he realizes he has gone to the market, before he realizes he's gone for any errand the father wants him to do, he's done it. Sometimes even before the father thinks of it, he has done it already. Then the more he's doing that, the more he begins to improve until his thoughts and the father's thoughts become one. Therefore, anywhere the father is remembering him. And anywhere he is, he's remembering the father. So they want to please each other. When the father goes out, he's thinking of my son. When I come back, what will I give him that will make him happy? Then he thinks of beautiful before he realizes he carried the best of everything to come and give him in the house. And the son served him so much before he realized he has arranged scholarship, he has arranged for him to go abroad, all the things that materialists want. He has arranged the best for him. And before he realized, he has arranged for him to meet with God in Krishna consciousness. So this is how it happens. Do not be apart. Be a part, because that is your natural constitutional position. Be not apart. Be a part. Okay? Even those who are thinking they are very intelligent, that they can use God, establish a God business, and use God to exploit people and make money out of it and become rich men on that platform, they should be conscious. They should be conscious and careful. Because God can just terminate your existence anytime He like. Anytime He like. Then all your smartness become accumulated sin. Because you have done this in defiance to wanting to please God. So God will now accumulate a sinful reaction and come and face you directly in your face. What will you do? You can't run away from your shadow. These are the things you have actually done. You have actually cheated people in the name of religion. So the thing is facing you face to face now. What do? Your punishment is going to be very, very great. Very, very great punishment awaits you, those who cheat in the name of God. So these things are going on. So we should not try to be apart. Don't be apart. Be a part. Okay? Hand, please. Don't try to live apart from me. Try to be a part. You'll be happy when you are serving the whole body. I'm talking to you. You'll be happy when you are serving the whole body. Okay? The very moment you want to start to be happy outside of pleasing the whole body, then your death begins. This is what happens to every human being. Okay? To be alive means to work for the pleasure of God, to work putting God in the center of your life, to work always knowing that God is the owner of everything. Everything should be used for His satisfaction. This is life. Anything less than that is death. So we should not implicate ourselves deliberately into sufferings. This is the beginning of the year. We should revisit our consciousness. We should rethink. The center belongs to God, not to anyone. The center belongs to God. And once you are connected to the center, everything else will fall in place. All these lights you are seeing, all these lights and the fans you are seeing, they are getting their energy from the main switch. Devotion to God is the main switch, is the almighty switch. Once you put it on, everything else falls in place. Putting God in the center of the life is the main switch. Once you put it on, everything else will fall in place. And when you put it off, everything will fall apart. So, on the main switch in your life, Prabhus and Matajis, let God be the center of your activity. Let the pleasure of God be your constant meditation. How do I please God? If I do this, will it please God? If I do this, will it please God? If yes, go ahead and do it. If otherwise, don't. Don't be deceived by anything here in this world. Don't be deceived. The things here in this world are beautiful only as long as they are related to serving and glorifying God. Otherwise, they are not beautiful. Your cloth is beautiful when you wear it and come to the service of God. Any cloth you wear to go to any other place apart from pleasing God is not beautiful. It's ugly shirt or trouser. It's ugly. It's beautiful. All what you are wearing right now is very beautiful because you are wanting to come identify with that singular activity that will give you all happiness. Glorifying God, hearing about His glories, singing His glories. This is the main switch. You have worn this cloth to come and on the main switch. Therefore, your cloth is beautiful. But once you wear the cloth and you go doing other things that will make the main person unhappy, then it's ugly clothes. Yes, and making ugly move means you attract ugliness, definitely, because ugliness is a person. And one of our nicknames is Jara. Jara. Jara means the daughter of time. The daughter of time means old age. Old age means death is coming. And when death comes, okay, everything finish. Everything finish. Your body will be no more. Everything else will be no more. Therefore, the main focus of this particular verse is that the actual welfare work, because people like to do welfare works. They do food for life, they cook food and give to people. They go and distribute clothes in the motherless homes. They go and open hospitals and they give free treatment to people. All these are welfare works. But the greatest welfare work, according to this text, is reminding people about their lost relationship with God. Reminding people about their relationship with God, the actual relationship with God. That is the main welfare work. Going back to the analogy of the cut off hand. When the hand is cut off and is separate from the body, and you dress it in golden wristwatch, what is the use? A dead hand wearing golden wristwatch, what is the use? It's useless. It's useless. A dead hand wearing golden ring. It's cut off or it's separate. It's dressed well with nice cloth. Then there's golden ring here, golden wristwatch here. What is the use? Can he do anything with that hand? That hand, can he do anything with that golden wristwatch? Cannot even move. So what is the use? It's as useless itself. So a cut-off hand is useless. Therefore, all decorations on a cut-off hand are useless. You see? But when the hand is connected to the whole body, and you just put a small bangle here, it's beautiful. Yes, you put a shirt in it, it's beautiful. Because the shirt can move as if, when the legs and the hands are moving, then the shirt will be moving along. Following anywhere they go. They appear to be beautiful. They can maintain some shape because the body has a shape and is made in the shape of the body and the body is moving. But go and use that same cloth to dress a cut-off hand. You will see. It's useless. It will just do like this. So that is it. We say therefore the greatest welfare work is to help people to understand their relationship with God. Otherwise, listen. According to the purport here, a person engaged only in ministering to the physical welfare of human society cannot factually help anyone. You understand it? So the Prabhupada is talking now. A person engaged only in ministering to the physical welfare of human society cannot factually help anyone. This is like compassion for the dress of a drowning man. Compassion for the dress of a drowning man. Somebody is drowning. Then you go and save the shirt that he's wearing. Hold the shirt and hold the button pulled and you are able to remove the shirt. What help have you actually done to the drowning man? What help have you actually done to the drowning man if you are able to save the shirt? Leaving the man to drown inside the water. And you have saved the shirt. So that's what you have done. So what is the use? What is the use of saving the shirt of a drowning man? Look at Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 1. The analogy is very clear. Compassion for the dress of a drowning man is senseless. Compassion for the dress of a drowning man is senseless. So if you save the dress of a drowning man, whether it's a kota or whatever cloth it is, or agbada or batakali, it is useless. You have not saved the man. You have only saved the shirt. So what is the use? Because if the man is alive, he can get many other shirts of that quality. So the focus is supposed to be to save the man from drowning. If you are able to save the man, you have saved something, somebody. You have done something. But to go and just try to save the dress of the drowning man, you have done nothing. And Prabhupada says it's senseless. See, the Prabhupada, not me, he says it's senseless. That means a foolish man, only a foolish man does something like that. So if you are doing all kinds of welfare activities and you are not really helping people to realize their relationship with God, you are like the man saving the shirt of a drowning man. Huh? People will eat the food you give them and get extra energy to go and gratify the senses. That's all. You treat the sick man, give him free medical treatment, that is good. But after the medical treatment, if you fail to introduce him to God consciousness, if you fail to awaken his lost relationship with God, then you have actually done nothing. You have only, packaged him, energized him to go and do more sinful activities. That's all what you have done. Though your intention is good, that you want to help somebody, but you are only helping the dress of a drowning man. The man himself, you have not really done him any good. So if you introduce him to himself, that man, you are not this body, you are a spiritual soul. It may take some time for him to understand, but insist on letting him know that we are not these bodies. We are spirit souls. And as spirit souls, we are eternal by nature. The body is the dress we are wearing. We are eternal spirit souls wearing temporary dresses, the body. If you can awaken him to that understanding, therefore, don't take it as the goal of life to pursue the demands of the body alone. The body is just a dress. But you should pursue those things that will save you from taking another birth again. Reestablish your lost relationship with God. Then everything else will fall in place for you. If you are able to help this man to understand this, you have actually helped him. So this is the greatest welfare work. The greatest welfare work is to awaken people to their original identity and to their relationship with God. So anybody working in that direction is doing the greatest welfare work. But if you are only doing philanthropic activities, providing the physical needs of the body and leaving the soul to remain in ignorance, you have done something but not much. So this is it. On the other hand, if you are able to awaken this person to his real identity, then leave the rest. Even if you don't provide clothes for him, you have done everything right. So while not discouraging philanthropic activities, we are pointing out that we should go beyond just trying to address the physical needs of mankind. There is spiritual needs. The spiritual need is the actual need. And when a man is helped to realize the spiritual needs, the spiritual identity, and you help awaken him to reestablishing that lost relationship with God, you have actually helped this man. So help people in the real sense. Any energy directed towards that has eternal benefit. Benefit beyond birth and death. Yes. Therefore, who is that intelligent man who will not direct his energy there? In any capacity you can help in awakening people to their real identity and their relationship with God. Do it, because the benefits are unlimited. There are benefits now, there are benefits hereafter, beyond birth and death. So this is a call. So those of you who have come in contact with Krishna consciousness, the challenge is on you to become properly Krishna conscious, then help others to become Krishna conscious. Then you are doing the greatest welfare work. If you can make your resolves this year, if you make it your number one resolve, that you will try to become Krishna conscious exemplarily, and therefore helping others, be prepared to help others to become Krishna conscious, you have done the greatest resolution. If you do it, you have all the benefits. Are we ready for that? Ready? Are you sure? It's challenging, You ready to become Krishna conscious, fully Krishna conscious? To make God the center of all your activities? You ready? Then that is a great resolution. Maintain it. It takes a determined person to do it. It takes a determined person to do it. Okay? But it's very simple. If you can do it, you get everything. It's as simple as that. This water, I sent it to the stomach. I sent it to the stomach. The man did not hold it for long. It just entered there, passed through. The hand is only a servant to carry it. But by sending it to the stomach, the hand gets its nourishment automatically also. So the hand will not be selfish. I want to drink the water. I want to drink the water. So he start drinking the water. Hand drinking water. In the hand will not get any benefit. And when he sends the water to the stomach will not distribute the energy around. This is the formula. It's mystical formula. It's the actual formula for survival. Make God the center of your life. Try to act. Do only those things that will make him smile. And avoid all those things that he will frown at. Then you have started living. Otherwise, one could be a living dead. He appears to be living, but he's not actually living. Because anything he does is only bringing suffering to himself. So that is not actual living. Living means to live in such a way that to do things that anything you do will attract benefit beyond birth and death. Mystical. That is how to live. So my dear brothers and sisters, that is it. We are entering into the new year. We should resolve to increase our God consciousness. We should try to become godly as much as possible and try to live by example as much as possible. Okay? To live a God-centered life exemplarily. Then by that we do preaching. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Do not forget, everything belongs to God. And if we live as if there is God and leave our bodies to realize that there is no God, it is better. Rather than to live as if there is no God and we leave our bodies to realize that there is God. To be too late, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So, are there some questions or commentaries on these points? Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha. Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha. He does the greatest welfare work for all. One who works in God consciousness is doing the greatest welfare work for everybody. Try to do that. If you do that, you become truly famous. Even when you leave your body, you will remain famous. People will remember your activities and they will get benefited. As they are remembering
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for a wonderful lecture that you are giving to us this afternoon. I want to ask one question, and my question goes like this. According to the purpose said, only a person who is fully in Krishna consciousness can be said to be engaged in welfare work for all living entities. And last 3 days, there's a question that came to me in such a way that, like, I really don't know how to go over it. And that's how the question went. The person asked me that I'm now telling him that only we can worship God or Krishna, that we can gain or attain the supreme abode of Krishna. So what about those who are not worshiping God, but they did things in consciousness? And he gave me an example like Muammar Gaddafi, Nelson Mandela. According to these two people, he told me that they've done well in their life, like helping people around. They do all things how it is mentioned over here. They engage in welfare of all people. Does it mean say they won't go to God's back? Thank you very much.
So, yes, it's a nice question. Definitely, there are very great philanthropists, and this test is actually addressing this. Philanthropic works are very good, but they are works in the mode of goodness. They can help some people to some extent, but they do not address if philanthropic works are done and we do not address the soul and its relationship with God in the process. It's good work, but it's not deep enough to actually be classified as proper welfare work. It's a welfare work, but it's a decoration on or saving the external garment of a drowning man. Mostly. The type of philanthropic works referred to here by these personalities or done by these great personalities like Gaddafi, they are good works, but they don't go beyond building hospitals, building what are those philanthropic activities now? Huh? Schools, free schools, water supply, making parks, free park for everyone to. They are very good activities. They are good activities, but they are only addressing the needs of the physical body and a little bit of the mind. But the actual need of the soul is to be awakened to that original understanding that you are a spirit soul, part and parcel of God. That you are not this body, you are a soul. So what they have done is good. If soul awakening is added to it, perfect. If you start from soul awakening and you're able to only do little of this, more perfect. If you're able to do soul awakening and you're able to do all these things that these people did also, perfect. But if you're only able to do this body activity, bodily satisfaction activities, and you fail to touch the soul awakening the soul from the slumber, awakening the soul to realizing his actual relationship with God. If that one is neglected, if that one is ignored, then you have done something, but not much. Especially from the transcendentalist point of view, you have practically done nothing. It's like saving the dress of a drowning man. The dress of the drowning man is the body. You are trying to save the body. But the drowning man himself is the soul who has forgotten his real identity. He's drowning in the ocean of nescience. And you are only able to try to address some of the needs of his body. It's a good attempt, but it's not deep enough to be classified as the greatest welfare work. Okay? So Mandela, Hare Krishna, Nelson Mandela, Gaddafi, they were very great men. But what are they known for? They are known for maybe building public schools or making some human rights movements, championing some movement for liberation from colonialism and standing firm that they are Africans, ethnocentric moves. Ethnocentric moves. No soul-centric move. Ethnocentrism. That's what they did. We are ethnics. We are from this earth. We are from this part of this earth. I'm from South Africa. We are all South Africans. We South Africans cannot stay for the white man to come and oppress us. Let us fight for our freedom. These are the things they did. But we are not South Africans. We are spirit souls. So it's deep, but it's not deep enough. Okay? So they tried, but they didn't hit the point. Therefore, the Prabhupada is saying here that a person engaged only in ministering to the physical welfare of human society cannot factually help anyone. Temporary relief of external body and mind is not satisfactory. And why? He said, because the real cause of one's difficulties in the hard struggle for life may be found in one's forgetfulness of his relationship with the Supreme Lord. So if you are able to help somebody to reawaken that relationship with the Supreme Lord, you have actually done a satisfactory work. So Gaddafi, good, 20%. Mandela, good, 22%. Rasa Velas, good, 70%. Go Ranga. All of you score more than 50%. Because by your life, people are seeing. People around you are seeing that your life is a disciplined life. And when they go deeper, they see that you are not doing so many things because you want to make God happy. You want to please God. Therefore, you are making sacrifice. You are controlling your senses. Therefore, your percentages have gone beyond 50. By your exemplary life of self-control, you are really awakening people. And when you really give them the Krishna consciousness and appeal to their intelligence to see their real identity and to work on that platform, then you are gone beyond 80%. But if you address the physical need of the body alone, okay, some mental needs are there also. But you don't go to the actual needs of self-awakening, the needs of the soul, then you have gone just less than halfway. But you are starting from the soul activities. You have already gone beyond 50%, even if it is done imperfectly. You gain credit beyond birth and death. But those ones, their credit finished, they vanish along with the things they created. And they are there to face the karma for misusing state resources. Go Ranga. Do welfare works. Do welfare works, okay? But first become a Vaishnava. Then do your welfare work.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for your nice lectures. My question has to do with Dharma, the constitutional position of a man is to serve. And today, what I've learned from your lectures is, the key thing I've learned is that we should center God, or we should involve God in whatever we do. Why would God bring Maya in the course of we trying to do the little service in our own capacity? Why would God bring Maya to, or Krishna bring Maya to distract us in the course of what trying to serve in our own little capacity? I want to know that.
It's not Krishna bringing Maya. Maya is always there. He's a devotee. Maya is a devotee. And our devotee is to check, our devotional service is to check to see how sincere you are in trying to serve our master. So she has to check you. When you say you are trying to do devotional service, she try you to see whether you are really sincere about what you are trying to do. So she brings small tests to you to test your focus, yes.
So my question is, why would God in the first place? God is all-knowing. He's omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient. So he has these three attributes. Why would he first of all put Maya there to check us? Why is he know devotional service is not an easy thing?
He knows
That's what I want.
He knows you very well. He knows how much you love that so-called independence very well. And he has given it to you and is respecting it. So you have to check to see whether you are actually ready to. Maya is a devotee. She has to do her work. Maya is a devotee. It's not Krishna that puts. It's your activities that has positioned you there where you are. And if you have to liberate yourself from that level, they have to check. There should be examinations to see that you are really sincere. Otherwise, if you succeed in tricking all those universal, security men, then they have not done their work. They can be chastised for not doing their work very well, because to be able to trick them, to trick Maya, whether this is where you are going, you make Maya feel that this is where you are going, then you are able to pass back to go and do what you supposed not to do. Maya will be chastised. I give you plenty of hands. I give you plenty of eyes, plenty of intelligence, so that you can checkmate people from the physical to the subtle. To be able to check their physical activities, check their mental activities, check their intelligence, even without them seeing you. Yet they were able to dribble you to pass backyard, to my kingdom, to come and try to turn this kingdom into the material world. You have not done your work. So Maya will become very alert, employ all her senses to track you from the mind, from your intelligence, from your ego. The checking is on different levels. Serious security to see. At a point when you realize that this security is there, then what you need to do is to make like this. So surrender really. Say, Krishna, I cannot on my own do it. These are the advanced devotees pray. On my own, I cannot do it. But I know I want to sincerely serve you. So you take charge. Take charge. Then you can drag me through it. Then automatically Krishna extend his grace to cover you. Then by the grace of Krishna, you begin to do all the impossible things. You remain firm while there are so many distractions. You remain focused in the midst of distractions, and you're able to do your devotional service unconditionally because of the grace of the Lord. So it's also a training of humility. Understand? Otherwise, you would think that by your ability you are able to do things. So you have to be trained to become humble and surrender to the grace of the Lord. Surrender to the Lord to invoke His grace. So be in the presence. That's why we say, always be in the presence. We say security is not the absence of danger, but the presence of God. Meaning, always chant the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hold your breath and chant as many times as possible. Then you pause, then you jump into another round again. Take it serious. Make serious conscious endeavor to take shelter of the Lord, because it is that grace of the Lord that can save you from the onslaught of Maya. Maya is powerful. It enters through the intelligence, enters through the ego, enters through the mind, enters through the senses. The physical one we are doing, say no illicit, no gambling, no intoxication. These are physical ones. And see how you feel when you are able to control the physical one. All of you who have been able to control these to practice these 4 regulatory principles, you feel strong, you feel powerful, you feel like a man. But this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Like from the beginning, you feel strong, powerful, because you have been able to control the. What about the mind? Nobody is there to check you where your mind is going to places. Nobody is there with your intelligence when you are filtering illusion from reality. Nobody, when you are falling down philosophically inside your mind, nobody will see you. When you are justifying your deviations, nobody will see you. All these subtle things, Maya is there to mark. Mark you, see you, and attack you from where you are falling, whether it's physical, mental, intellectual, or egoistic. So it's a very big battle. You cannot win it. That's why Krishna said, Daivi hi hesa gunamayi. Daivi. He said, this my energy is divine. This energy of mine, consisting of the 3 modes of material nature, is divine. So he said, this my divine energy, consisting of the 3 modes of nature, is almost insurmountable. Duratyaya is almost impossible to cross over it. But those who surrender unto me can easily cross beyond it. Huh? So your effort is not enough. You need the grace of the Lord. So you have to surrender. You have to pray. You have to supplicate. That's why we used to say that there are 5 factors for action. 5 factors. The body, the senses, the endeavor, which other one? The body, the senses, the endeavor, the body, the soul, the senses, the endeavor, then the super soul. Many people operate they use the body, the soul is in the body, and then the senses are there, working on knowledge gathering senses. Then the endeavor they make to put things together, that's where they stop. They think that it's by their endeavors that they're able to achieve things. They surrender to supplicate. They surrender the rest to the super soul. Say, oh, super soul, oh, David, I can make all this endeavor. You have said that you are the ability in man. Recognizing this, I surrender to you. Please take it from there. Approve these my activities. If it is not going to be good for me, you should deflect it. You fail to do that. Because if you surrender it to him, he may decide to cancel it. And you don't want it to be cancelled. You just want it to be fulfilled. So when you do, instead of surrendering everything to him, to his approval, you stop at that point and you go ahead to do. You are afraid that this powerful person who is beyond, his laws are so difficult. It's very difficult to please. If I give him this, they say, please, if it is good for me, then they immediately will say it's not good for you. I don't want that. So you stop there and you go and do activity and you go and fail. Then you try to blame somebody. But if you surrender, it is better. If it is actually not going to be good for you, he knows the future. So he will know how to balance you without discouraging you. Understand? After all, you used to fulfill devotees' desires after purifying them. But we fail to always supplicate, finally, to seek for his approval. The 5th factor, the super soul, is not far away. It's in your heart. The Lord is in your heart. So if you are making any endeavor, finally, before you go for action, surrender it to the Lord in the heart for approval. This is the challenge. This is where the challenge is. The difference is that in between the approval and where you stop, you have some desires which you really want to see fulfilled. And you don't want it to be interrupted. That's why you started making the endeavor in the first place. So if you go and give it to God, say, God, if you like, approve it or not approve it. He may decide not to approve it. So you stop there and you start to go and do activities. When you fail now, you come and blame God. 5 factors for action. The 5th ones will always be considered. See, if you want to perform activities and not attract sinful reactions, consider the 5th factor before acting. See, but we always leave it aside. See, and unless that 5th factor intervenes, we cannot overcome Maya on our own. We cannot overcome Maya on our own. There was a time we were telling the story of how, before Krishna appeared, he told Yoga Maya to go and bewilder, Balaram, to change the situation, to change his position, to swap. So he should go and influence Baladev Sankasan. Because Balaram has to be transferred from one womb to the other, and Yoga Maya had to do a work there. So Yoga Maya said, but this work you are telling me to go and do, Balaram is superior to me. Sankasan is superior to me. I cannot do any magic in his front. If you are a magician, you want to do magic in the front of a bigger magician, you disgrace yourself. Because it will just cut you off from the highest point you know. Then you become bewildered in the public. And everybody sees a shame on you, shame on you. So he said, I cannot do this task. I cannot bewilder. How can I do it? The Lord smiles. And he addressed us as the fortunate one. He said, I am with you. That is why I am with you. Okay? I am telling you to do it. I am with you. I will play my part when the time comes. You just go ahead. And he did it perfectly. That is it. He said, by my grace, everything that appears to be impossible become possible. By the grace of the Lord, it's a universal principle. By the grace of the Lord, everything that appears impossible becomes possible. So you just seek for the grace of the Lord and leave the rest for Him. When you are covered by the grace, you will see wonderful things happen around you beyond your own comprehension. This is how it works. So Yoga Maya, powerful as it is, when Krishna factor comes in. So you take shelter of Krishna more, then leave her. So you will see her turning around the other way, helping you to become a better devotee. Because she is the same person, devotional energy personified. The other side of the coin is her. So she will just turn like this and help you like this. This one, you belong to the inner circle. Go inside, go inside. I open the door for you. Go. Push you inside and close the door back again. To check intruders. We don't want to recognize higher forces, but they want to enjoy what those who have recognized are enjoying. Cheaters. So check them and plug them out. This is how it happens. It's a very mystical work. So by the grace of the Lord, all that appears to be impossible are possible. So let us seek for the grace of the Lord. This new year we are entering. The number one thing you should do is to seek for the grace of the Lord. And when the grace of the Lord covers you, hey, you can be walking like this, somersaulting on the street. You don't walk like how others are walking. You just be spinning around and you are going. People will look inconceivable. What is happening to this guy? He's well dressed. He's not looking like mad, but he's covered by the grace of the Lord. He's in the grace, swimming in the grace, spinning in the grace of the Lord. And you go and land in style like this. And you are just going, without looking back, without looking side, without looking anywhere. You are just going. Covered by the grace. Nobody can harm you. Nobody can harm you. Whoever the grace of the Lord covers, nobody can harm him. So all what you need to seek is the grace of the Lord. How do you start seeking the grace of the Lord? Let us start by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So create time for yourself this year. Create time for yourself. When you wake up early in the morning, the first thing to do is to brush your teeth, bath, and take up your beads and chant. Give some time to it. If it is 1 hour, this 1 hour or 2 hours, I will not do anything. Because everything else will come, pushed by Maya, to come that this is the best time for you to wash your clothes. This is the best time for you to read that part of the book they said before. This is the best time for so many presentations. The time you fix for your chanting. So many presentations. So you have to ignore them. Once you say, let me do one little one, you go and you will never come back until that time has passed and it's gone for that day. This is how it works. So you have to be determined to disobey those orders from the mind and the senses when you start doing your... you maintain. Register that determination. Do it. So this year, please, let us be serious. People say coronavirus has come and gone. But the new year we are entering, all those who are able to survive into the new year, they are going to receive blessings, abundance of blessings, like that. So position yourself to receive your own. The best positioning is to take shelter of the holy name of the Lord. If you are doing that, no enemy can see you. You'll be covered by the grace of the Lord, and you will be doing miraculous things, and people will be baffled around you. They begin to ask you, but what is your secret? Then once they ask you that, don't fail. Once they ask you that question, give them the Maha Mantra. Give them the Maha Mantra. Let them start chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yes, we open the doors for these Hare Hare ghosts to enter, so that it can occupy our mental, intellectual, egoistic space and just, seal us. It's a mystical seal that will protect us from any intruder. Mystically, we achieve whatever we are, aiming at. So this is the purport of this verse. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Please, my last question.
Okay.
My last question have to do with a comparison between a devotee in India and a devotee in Africa, Ghana per se. A devotee who is born in India is born into maybe Krishna consciousness. But somebody who is in Africa here, for example, let me take myself for instance, I came to know ISKCON through maybe Prabhu Jian preaching on the internet. So society see us to be so weird. So there are so many obstacles that come against us in the course of us trying to serve the Lord. I want to know if the Lord will judge us on the same platform, a devotee in India and a devotee in Africa, who have to pass through a lot of struggle before at the end coming to be perfect or something like that. Would the Lord judge us on the same platform? That's what I want to know.
Well, you have no judgment at all once you become a devotee. No question of judgment again. You just try to become a devotee and leave judgment for sinners. You just become a devotee, Prabhu. Once you become a devotee, you will see that there is no question of India or India body or non-Indian body, Africa. Just become a devotee. Try to become a devotee. You are here starting your devotional service in Africa as a result of your previous life's activity. So take responsibility for the body you take, where you take it. And therefore, know that you need to intensify your efforts and just continue to do. Maintain that focus that you want to do devotional service unconditionally. And if you are trying to do that, we see that there are so many advantages in this environment that will be exposed to you, will push you forward and forward and forward and forward. Those devotees who practice from here, when they mix up with the Indians and other people, when they go over, when they meet somewhere, they shine. They outshine those who are Indian born. They, in fact, awaken the Indians to self-realization, higher level of self-realization. But many people born there, they take things for granted. It's easy. When they are doing book distribution, for instance, just within the temple compound. Understand? Within the temple compound, you sell table and you sell so many books because people are trooping in. Trooping in, and among those who are visiting, they are buying the books. But here, to give one book out, you have to go to circle and attack more than 20 or 30 people before one person will stop and look at you and chastise you, call you all kinds of names. Maybe at the end of the day, you manage to distribute one book. You come back. But there, everybody is in a ready to take mood. So the purification you get here for one day, those people there don't get it. You see, the environment is favorable, but individually, internal purification takes place when you are here trying to do something in a difficult environment. And the Param is watching. The universal inspectors, they are watching through the mind and intelligence. What you are seeing, what you are passing through, they are seeing. And they reciprocate, they give you blessing in proportion to the obstacles you overcame in order to remain in devotee. So you make faster advancement when you are here. In fact, when you are there, if you enter temple, say Mangalati morning program, like 4:30 program, you go there. If you like, don't go for 1 year. Nobody will see you. Nobody even care. Because there are a lot of people coming there. Every day before you reach, the temple room is full. So nobody cares for who is that insignificant person from where. Nobody cares. But here, if you don't come, if you are around the temple and you don't come to temple, everybody knows that you didn't come. And they will ask after you, why didn't you come? We didn't see you this morning. Or we didn't see you last Sunday. Then they come after you. You get personal attention. Understand? That will help you to become stronger. People care. You feel the love and care of people here. More than there, because you will not even, nobody even care. Whether you come or not. Meanwhile, if you don't come, you are going down. And nobody cares. So serious maturity is needed to be able to raise up there. If you think you are tall man, Go there. You see people taller than you many times chanting Hare Krishna. If you think you are short and thick, go there. You will see people who are shorter than you and thicker than you many times chanting Hare Krishna. So your pride will be absorbed. Your ego will be absorbed automatically by the environment. You cannot become proud. But here, if you are a tall man, you come, everybody see you. Say, this guy is taller than everybody and chanting. After all, we are few. We see everybody. The short ones we see, the tall ones we see. Then we begin to think on that platform. But over there, nobody even recognizes your presence. So you have to become serious by yourself in order for you to be able to make it there. Otherwise, they will just leave you and you rotten and go away. The environment take you away. That's why Prabhupada went there. He went with the Western devotees. And when they went on Harinam, they were shining. And the local people became amazed. Say, Westerners? We are all struggling to go to the West to go and look for money. And Westerners, where we are trying to go, those people have taken to devotional service and they have come here shining. And they don't look like Westerners. They are actually looking like angels. So shame on us. So all of them started becoming devotees. They joined. So every year there is a program to use Western devotees to flash the local devotees. It's called Safari. About 350 to 400 Western devotees, including Africans. We are all Westerners when we get there. We all travel together, visiting holy places. We call it Safari, visiting holy places, especially South India, all those far places. So whenever we go, they have already arranged programs to coincide, either at a yatra or some temple opening, some deity installation, big programs. Then when they come, these Western devotees are chanting Hare Krishna, doing Harinam on the street, and speaking Bhagavad Gita to Indians. You see Indians start crying. Crying, then he embrace you and you start crying. We used to flash them to self-realization. They wake up, say, hey, look at what we had. We didn't take it serious. Now these Westerners we thought that are mlechas have taken it and look at how they are shining like demigods. Oh, shame on us, shame on us. Then they become devotees immediately. The parents begin to push the next day the whole village is becoming devoted. So in this way, we flash them. By the time we flash them, finish, come round. Back to Mayapur. You see, we have done a great preaching. So for that, they sponsor it. People sponsor it because they know the benefit. They sponsor it. The influence, it affects their hearts when they see Westerners practice this thing seriously and getting the effect. So where we are is good for us. By karma, we are situated here to start our devotional service. Those people, where they are is good for them also. So it's equal. Once we are doing devotional service here and there, we are all on the same platform. Krishna knows that by dint of our karma, we can do it here. That's why he's keeping us here to do it. So let us take the environmental forces as they are and see how we can practice devotional service unconditionally in this environment. We make faster advancement. So that is it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Are we judged the same way?
Are we judged the same way? Like that. And then you reacted to the effect that wherever you are, once you take to Krishna consciousness, you are above judgment, and you said many other things. However, I remember somewhere in one of the books, Srila Prabhupada said that anyone who takes his birth in India but fails to become Krishna conscious will be chastised a million times because he has been given the opportunity where the environment is favorable, conducive, that he should have taken advantage of. So this is linked to the question that he's talking about, as in whether in Africa here you're going to receive more blessings or more chastisement or as against an Indian. So would you conclude with respect to what I just cited as coming from Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah. Apparently, they appear to be different, but it's still the same thing. Though when a military man breaks the law, because when the law enforcement agent breaks the law, their matter is more serious. They take it more seriously. As it's saying, if you're already born in India, you have all the advantages, like in Vrindavan. When you wake up in the morning, everywhere you turn, you are hearing either Mangalati, ringing of bell, waking of deities, you hear bells everywhere. You hear singing everywhere. So the environment is actually naturally favorable. As opposed to here, when even people see you hold beads, they try to look at you as the devil who has come, whereas you are the only man who, you have become like a cockroach in the gathering of fowls. You are the devil. They all combine together and label you as the devil and start casting you away from yourself. So anyway, this make you become stronger, because if you are a devotee who study the scripture and also know that we are all spirit souls, and it makes you stronger and become more bold in wanting to do what you do if you are backed up with philosophy. So I will not say that they are judged differently, but actually to him much is given, much is expected also. So if you are there and with all those favorable circumstances, you don't take to Krishna consciousness seriously, then if you lose the chance, you may come and take birth here. And you here who take it seriously will go and take birth here. You exchange positions. And anything can happen. So those who cannot even take it up over there, how can they take it up here? See? So anyhow, let's leave those judgments. Let us just focus on how to do our devotional service seriously, anywhere we find ourselves. Okay? So wherever you are, chant your Hare Krishna mantra, practice your devotional service, and you are there. Krishna reciprocates with you. Okay? Just leave them. Let's see how to help them. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah.
Please, this is an online question from Michael Ajiman. He said, my question is, aren't we being sustained by the grace of God, or we have to chant the Maha Mantra before we receive the grace?
Yes, this is Radha Govinda ki jai. Already we are sustained by the grace of God, okay? But you will get more grace when you make conscious efforts. Everybody is sustained by the grace of God already. All the universal elements, for instance, you take air. Everybody, even the very, very sinful persons who don't want to hear about God, they are also given the air to breathe. See? As an equal opportunity employer, God has given a chance for everyone to enjoy all the universal elements, unlimitedly. So by that, we say we are sustained by His grace. After all, He is the ability in man. But to get more grace, for which we really want to be greedy for those who are greedy for more grace, who want more blessings in their life, who want to become more peaceful, sober, self-realized, and become free from anxieties, lamentation and illusions. Those who want that, they should make more efforts. This is what we are saying. We should take to the chanting of the holy name, take to following of principles. We should take to practicing of 9 processes of bhakti. We should practice under the guidance of the guru. We should endeavor for these things. We should take shelter of the logic that for one whose hands and feet are bound, he cannot unbound others. Your hands and feet are bound. My hands and feet are bound. How am I going to free you? Instead, the person who can free me and you is the person whose hands and feet are unbound. Therefore, the rescuer must be liberated. So we know those who really want to get more of the grace of the Lord, to become extraordinary, they want to make effort, they want to recognize the pure devotees, take shelter of them, walk under their guidance. Definitely, God is the author of reciprocity. We reciprocate by giving them more grace. So if you need more grace, if you are not satisfied with the general grace everyone is having, then you need to practice chanting and practice devotional practices in order to get more grace. This is what we are saying. Already we are sustained by the grace. But we say it's not enough. We want more grace. So that we can become extraordinary among the Lords. So we need to make more efforts. We should locate the devotees of the Lord, associate with them, chant the holy names, listen to Srimad Bhagavatam, render some physical devotional services, take prasadam together, and exchange loving gifts among us, giving gifts to other devotees, receiving gifts from them, speaking confidential knowledge and encouraging others to also practice it. We should do these things together, these processes of activities of devotional service. We should do them together while avoiding all those things that are not favorable to the practice of devotional service and ready to receive all those things that are favorable to the execution of devotional service. We should associate, avoiding unholy association, avoiding over-endeavoring, avoiding overeating. Atiara, prayasascha, prajalpa, avoiding unnecessary talks. Niyama agraha. We have to avoid certain things and we have to accept certain things. Only those things that are favorable for the execution of devotional service we should accept. Only those associations that are favorable to the execution we should accept. All other ones we should reject. We start making these endeavors. Then we position ourselves to be able to attract more grace. We are having grace, but we want more grace. We are not satisfied. We want more grace. We are greedy for the grace. Then you have to practice, do more devotional practices. Look for devotees association, chant the holy names. Because God reciprocates according to the level you are ready to connect. So if you are satisfied with the general one everyone is having, okay. But if you want more, then come for the association so that we can practice it together and borrow energy from each other to get more and more and more. Until we become pure. Until we become pure in the world, but not of the world. Friendly to all living entities. Having overflowing compassion and wanting others to get the happiness we are getting. Thereby going into preaching, taking all kinds of inconveniences, trying to elevate other souls. Until we arrive. Till you become a guru. And when you become a guru, everywhere. You don't need to endeavor on your own to try to want to go to America or to anywhere. Your disciples will be inviting you. Those who are thinking that they want to travel by all means, become a guru. You will travel. You'll be tired because invitation will come from everywhere. You have to become a guru first. You have to be able to control your senses first. Stop enjoying your senses. Stop bringing the senses in contact with their objects and practice spiritual, these devotional practices. Eventually you become a guru. You travel like anything. You go to America, you go to Japan, you go to Australia. Invitations. People are inviting you and begging you to come. They buy ticket for you. They are calling for you to come. Please come. Please come. Gurudev, come. When they meet immigration, they themselves will come and meet immigration. Please, our guru is coming. They go and gallant you at the airport. And at the airport, they bow down to you. They worship you inside the country. Best of the car. You enter, you go there. They wash your feet. And drink the water. They wash your feet and drink the water. Swallow it. Well, and never to urinate it out again. They absorb it. So don't be envious of them. Because the chance is there for you to become guru also. So become a guru. In this letter, see how wonderful it is, Prabhu. Now we are like non-entities. We are like non-entities, just looking for food. Eh? What's the highest thing we are looking for now? Just food, how to eat better. Eh? How to sleep better. Eh? How to sleep in a more secured house or something like that. No, because of these flimsy things. See how we are suffering. Whereas if you just turn your back from these things and start controlling your senses, you become worshipable. So, what is holding you back? Huh? We have enjoyed enough of these things and we see that they are nothing. You don't get anything from this so-called enjoyment. Huh? All the senses we have been enjoying, we have been eating since we were born. What have we gotten out of those eatings? Stomach pains, diseases. These are the results. Huh? So why don't we regulate our eating habits, regulate our sleeping habits, regulate, our activities, and try to practice higher activities with those regulated senses. Try to act to please God. That means let our activities become yoga. Let the pleasure of God come in, because it is that desire to please God with our activities that make our activities yoga. Huh? We'll be doing karma, but it becomes karma yoga when the activities are channeled to wanting to please the higher authority. Let us do this. If you do that, purification will take place, and the more you get purified, the more you are becoming self-realized, until you become fully self-realized. Huh? Then you become a tattoo habit, because realized knowledge will come from within. We are working within you. You become a tattoo habit. When you become a tattoo habit, you no longer look for external sense enjoyment. You want to enjoy, you enjoy within. You don't need to see things passing before you laugh. You can sit in your room, people will hear you laughing. Eh? You become internally active because you are connected to the Lord in the heart. You are experiencing something. You'll be laughing and smiling while others will think otherwise about you. Eh? You become spiritually mad for Krishna, for God. You become spiritually mad. See, you become very ecstatic. At that time, you are very powerful. When you wish anything, it happens. When you wish anything, it happens. Huh? It's a powerful level. You don't want it. After all, what is the world giving you? What can they give you? What can they give you? Huh? What are you looking for? You are using a small television. You want a big television. And for that, you are working very hard. After getting the big television, what? What are you going to try to get? You change your bed to water bed. Or what do they call that? Jaku? You get that one. After that, then what? They're asking you what? Your dining table, you change it to the best one in the market. After that, what? Cars, you change your car to the best car. After that, what? Quality woman in the. After that, what? After that, what? After procreating children, yes, and what? So, all these are temporary, ephemeral gratifications that are of no value. They're only trying to gather your ego. You're trying to inflate your false ego, which is only going to situate you in more suffering. You see, because the time you are going to lose your body, as your body is growing old, you will see, all your body will start to fail you. Your joints will start to fail you. Your legs, there'll be knee ache, there'll be ankle ache, there'll be waist ache. Of all the gratification you have done, there is a reaction now. There's going to be waist ache, there'll be backbone ache, there'll be scapular ache, there'll be cervical vertebral ache, there'll be neck ache, ear ache, eyes ache, nose ache, mouth ache. Aches all over. And the end result is that you will start losing your teeth even. You start losing your auditory faculty. You cannot hear properly again. You cannot smell anything again. And your eyes cannot see properly, even with glass. So is that not a reminder enough of what is coming? So why don't you voluntarily give up these things when you are still strong, So that that energy that is conserved will be used in glorifying God. God appreciates it more like that. Now if you become very old and everybody is rejecting you, that is the time you want to come and surrender, nobody will allow you to come to our temples. Because you are coming to be a liability. Temple president said, no, you can be coming from house. Eh? And anywhere you go, then you will feel very sorry about yourself. So now that you have energy, this is time you are actually needed. Come, invest some energies there, so that later you will harvest it in the form of the care you are going to get from the devotees around. So please don't cheat yourself. Stop all those things you are pursuing. They are ephemeral. They will not take you anywhere. Become a devotee and let us glorify God together. Sometimes we go on the street and we sing. Singing for the glory of God, dancing carelessly. Then, after we preach about God vigorously, we come back home, eat prasadam, and offer obeisances to each other and do kirtan together. It's glorious. And this is what we are doing. Only the wise people, the wisest people do this. All those who have tried to reintegrate back to the material life, ask them whether they are finding it easy. They are not finding it easy because they know already, and they go to just the field. They go to the field to realize what they have learned here, that there is nothing there. It's just vanity upon vanity equals vanity. That is what is there. And in the end, death will come and kick the face, only to let you know. In fact, old age will come and embrace you. Handsome man, I love you so much. Old age is a woman, no. I love you so much. Say, no, I don't know, because her face is looking dry, her teeth just protruding. And it's the definition of a description of an ugly demon. Old age personified is not attractive. She's called Dubaga, ill-fated. Nobody likes her. So, even though it's a woman, it's going around husbandless. Husbandless. Woman-less husband. Everybody is running away. So when you realize that this is a universal affair, she has to force herself. So when you see you run away, she run after you, grab you like this. I'm a woman, I want to marry you. And when they grab you like this, your body starts shrinking. You start losing everything. That is what she's doing. She started doing all this to everybody. Everybody, turn your hair to white. Once it grips you like this, your hair will turn white. From black to white. You will see. Your eyes need glass that time. Your ears, you cannot hear properly again. You cannot eat again. You have to start drinking juice only. All those things will take place. It's because of the embrace of old age. But you know what? She doesn't come physically. Old age comes imperceptibly. You see a tiger hunting for his prey, even though it's a very gigantic, powerful animal, he withdrew from all those powerfulness and start coming like this. Tiptoeing, not wanting to make any sound. And he will just pounce on the prey. That is how old age comes. Imperceptibly. And once it comes, her own is more dangerous, because even when it's embracing you, you don't see her. Embrace you tight before you realize you have lost all your vitality. And here, somebody's about to fall. Finish. Leave you. Fall on the ground. Look for another person to embrace. So in this way, it's embracing everyone. If you want to know that it's already embracing you, if your hair is already turning white, you are under the embrace of old age. Man or woman. This time, even if it's a woman, but she doesn't discriminate. She embraces everyone. So women are not free. You embrace women, you embrace men. When your hair starts turning white, you should know that old age is embracing you. You either shave it completely clean, if you don't want the white to be seen. Still, it will come out again, and the white will also come out with it. So you can't escape. You cannot hide. It's imperceptible. And this is what is happening. I don't know whether I'm included. I'm not this body. I'm not the body, but I know that I'm feeling some things, some pains in some part of my body that I feel that it's embracing me also. You see, this is the thing. I didn't see her, but the thing is happening. Some joint aches, I have to shave all the time, Otherwise, everywhere is turning white. So it's like she's embracing me also. See? So this is the thing. Old age is imperceptible. And she embraces, she is the daughter of time. And I embrace means be reminded that death is coming. That is the meaning. So old age means death is just around the corner. And death means you are going to lose your physical body. What to talk of the things associated with the body. That means your house, your wife, your children, everything will be forcefully separated from them. So what have you gained in the end? You are not this body. So those things associated with body must go with the body. Why you go alone? So why don't we wisely invest in a spiritual bank account, kind of, whereby we are here, we are acting, but our activities are adding up into our spiritual bank account. So that when we leave our bodies, the piety of those activities will now follow us into our next body. You see, we determine our next body. That is a spiritual bank account, beyond birth and death. So this is what the wise men do. They stop physical activities. And therefore, for those people, the verse before this verse, this is how they feel. In verse 24, one whose happiness is within, who is active and rejoices within, and whose aim is inward, is actually the perfect mystic. He is liberated in the supreme, and ultimately he attains the supreme. As he withdraws from the sense objects, he starts channeling them internally. He begins to feel the joy from within. He doesn't look for happiness from external things. He looks for happiness by doing yoga with his mind and his intelligence and his ego. And he receives it. And nobody can see it, nobody can take it. And it's within. He rejoices within. He's already liberated in the supreme. To such a person, happiness or distress, heat and cold, honor and dishonor are all the same. So we are expected to become those kind of mystics before leaving the body. And upon leaving the body, our destination is guaranteed. J.J. Ram. So who is that wise and intelligent man who will not do those activities? Hare Krishna. So thank you very much. God bless you. Continue to give you His grace. This grace will sustain you throughout your lifetime. You should crave for it. You should do all those activities that we have tried the grace more. Condensed grace of the Lord, not the general one. So that they are signaling that we should close. Okay, so all glories to the most beautiful Lordship, the Lord of the universe, Sri Radha Govinda Ji ki, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra ki, Gauranitai Nisinga Bhagavan ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Bhagavad Gita ki, Gura Pramanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Srila Krishna Prabhupada ki.
So I catch him say we can have to and so we then say what happen go see.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Jagrati Shri Radha Govinda ki, Jana Balade Subhadra ki, Shri Shri Gulanitai ki, Jalon Shigade Bhagavan ki, Ton Simarani ki, Shila Prabhupada ki. Kiva Jayo Jaya Gorachande Halatiko Soba
Jaya Gorachande Aratiko Soba
Kiva Jayo Jaya Gorachande Aratiko Soba
Jaya Gorachande Aratiko Soba
Jana Vitatavane Jagamana Loba Dakini Tata Bamigadagara
Dakine Saicha Bamegadagara
Dakini Sasha Bamigadagara
Saicha Bamegadagara
Nikase Adreta Shrine Vasa Chatradara Osi Ache Goracha Rana Semasane Alati kore Abraham Adi devagane
Arati kore nakama Adi devadane
Arare Adi kore Chamala dudaya
Hari hari kori Kamaradulaya
Nala Hari kore Chamala dudaya
Hari hari kori Kamaradulaya
Angaya mukunda Gosariga
Sanjaya mukunda basho Osera digaya
Sanka baje ganta baje Baje karata
Saka baje Baja baje Baje karatala
Sanka baje ganta baje Baje karata
Baje Baja baje Baje karatala
Madura mridanga baje Palamarasa
Adura Mridanga Baje Paramaratala
Sanka Ganta baje Madu 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 baje
Kanta Baje Kanta Baje Mada 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 Baje
Sanka baje Ganta baje Madu 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 baje
Kanta Baje Mada 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 Baje
Madu 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 baje
Mada 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 Baje
Madu 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 baje
Mada 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 Mada
Jaya Goranita 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 Jaya Goranita
Jaya Goranitai, 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 Jai Goranitai.
Jaya Nimanita 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 Jaya Nimanita
Jaya Nimanitai, 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 Jaya Nimanitai.
Jai Goraribo Haribo Haribo Goraribo
Jai Goraribo, Haribo, Haribo, Goraribo.
Koti Chandra Jene Vadana Udwala
Ukhati Chandradini, Adana Ujjwala.
Koti Chandra Jene Vadana Udwala
Ukhati Chandradini, Adana Ujjwala.
Alade se banamala Kole jalamala
Alade se banamala Kole jalamala
Shiva Sukanaraja Vimigadagada
Shiva Sukha Narada Vimigadagada
Shiva Sukha Narada Vimigadagada Akati vinadadeke Murara sampada
Akati vinadadeke Murara sampada
Imajayo Jaya Murachande Alatika Sabha Yana Visajarane Yagamana Luba
Yana Vitatavane Jaganmana Loba
Guranke Latiko Soba Jagajana Manaluba Gosaba Jagana Manaluba Jagajana Manaluba Jagajana Manaluba Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada
Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada
Jaya Gurudeva 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 Jaya Gurudeva
Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva
Namo Krishna Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya
Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gulavani Prasad Nivishesha Sunyabhaya Prasyatya Dishatarini
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nivashesa Sunyavadi Pastatya Desatarine
Namaste Saraswati Devi
Prabhupada
Gulavani Pracharini Nivishesha Sunyavadi Prasyatya Dishatarini
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nivashesa Sunyavadi Pastatya Desatarine
Jaya Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasade Gurapata
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaurabhata Vrinda
Shri Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasade Gurapata Vrinda
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaurabhata Vrinda
Jaya Shri Krishna Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasade Tarinda
Jaya Shri Krishna
Devo Jena Prabhu Nityananda
Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaurabhata Vrinda
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Evo
Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Shiva Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Evo,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama, Hare Rama,
Chant of happy.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Evo,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Nitai Goranga, Nitai Goranga,
Nitai Goranga, Nitai Goranga,
Nitai Goranga, Nitai Goranga,
Nitai Goranga, Nitai Goranga,
Goranga, Gorare,
Nitai Gora Gora Hare,
Nitai Goranga, Gorare,
Gora 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 Hare,
Gora 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 Hare,
Gora 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 Hare,
Gora 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 Hare,
Gora 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 Hare.
Nanda Jaya Satinanda,
Jai Satinanda, Jai Satinanda.
Prabhu Nityananda, Prabhu Nityananda.
Bolo Prabhu Nityananda, Prabhu Nityananda.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare.
Gora Hare,
Bolo Gora 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 Hare.
Gora Gora,
Bolo Gora 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 Hare.
Gora 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 Hare.
Bolo Gora 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 Hare.
Nitai Goranga, Nitai Goranga,
Nitai Goranga, Nitai Goranga,
Nitai Goranga, Nitai Goranga,
Nitai Goranga, Nitai Goranga.
Oh Goranga, Goranga,
Gorange,
Goranga,
Gorange,
Goranga,
Gorange,
Goranga, 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 Goranga. Jaya Govinda Radha Govinda Jaya Radha
Jaya Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Jaya Radha
Jaya Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Jaya Radha
Jaya Radha Shama Sundar Radha Sham Sundar Jaya Radha
Jaya Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Jaya Radha
Jaya Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Jaya Radha
Jaya Radha Jaya Radha Jaya Radha Jaya Shri Radha
Jaya Radha Jaya Radha Jaya Radha Jaya Shri Radha
Jaya Jagana Jaya Jagana Jaya Balade Jaya Subhadra
Jaya Jagana Jaya Jagana Jaya Baladeva Devi Subhadra
Jaya Goranita 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 Jaya Goranita
Jaya Goranithai 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 Jaya Goran
Jaya Nimanita 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 Jaya Nimanita
Jaya Nimanithai Jaya Nimanithai Nimanithai Jaya
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Gurudev
Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Jai Guraribo Haribo Haribo Guraribo Haribo Haribo Hari Haribo 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 Haribo
Hari Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari
Haribo 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 Haribo
Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol
Haribo 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 Haribo
Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol
Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Gurudev, 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 Gurudev. Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.